Welcome to this week's ClarkCountyToday.com news podcast, your source for the top stories in Clark County, Washington. Here are the headlines for this week. Rick Syring retires after 35 years on Green Mountain School District's board. In a remarkable tenure spanning 35 years, Rick Syring, a dedicated figure in the Green Mountain School District, bids farewell. As a former student-turned-board member, Syring leaves behind a legacy of preserving the district's unique small school ambience. Under his leadership, the school expanded and modernized while retaining its traditional essence. Opinion: I try very hard not to judge others, and I ask others not to judge me. Ken Vance, editor of Clark County Today, reflects on the life of legendary college basketball coach Bob Knight. Vance contemplates society's struggle to balance recognizing both the strengths and flaws of influential figures like Knight, highlighting the importance of how we treat others during their lifetimes. Eliminating pollutants at the source key to lake water quality. Concerns over toxic algae blooms in Lacamas Lake take center stage at a Clark County-sponsored Lacamas Watershed Symposium. Discussions focus on the urgent need to decrease phosphorus at various sources, emphasizing the essential role of public education and citizen-driven initiatives for a cleaner watershed. Proposal to prevent federal funding for tolling in Oregon included in key transportation package. Representative Lori Chavez-DeRemer leads efforts to block federal funds for tolling initiatives on Oregon's I-5 and I-205, uniting Democrats and Republicans in opposition to tolls. This development stands as a direct effort to bar federal support for toll collection along key interstate routes in Oregon. Will Marie Gluesenkamp Perez own up to her Hezbollah loyalties? Leslie Lewallen challenges incumbent Representative Marie Gluesenkamp Perez on her stance on terrorism, pointing to past writings that appear to defend Hezbollah. Lewallen's campaign calls on Perez to condemn terrorism and hold her colleagues accountable for ignoring the actions of terrorists in the Middle East. Come Serve With Me invites potential volunteers to meet with nonprofit organizations. The Come Serve With Me open house, organized by Just Serve, aims to connect individuals willing to volunteer with local nonprofits seeking support in Clark County. The event features over 24 nonprofit organizations looking for volunteers and takes place on Saturday, November 4th, providing opportunities to engage with various organizations. Killian Pacific proud to announce opening of residential community in Washougal. Killian Pacific celebrates the completion of Ninebark, a 246-unit residential community along the Columbia River waterfront in Washougal. The project includes affordable housing options and a commitment to workforce diversity, providing high-quality housing for residents in Southwest Washington. High school sports: it's postseason time for fall sports. Local high school fall sports in Clark County are gearing up for playoffs and tiebreaker events across various leagues. Get ready for an exciting postseason in high school sports. New House Speaker: Bible is a my worldview. Read it. Newly appointed House Speaker Representative Mike Johnson asserts his alignment with Christian values and opposes the Biden administration's policies, emphasizing his unwavering commitment to traditional values. That concludes this week's episode. To read in-depth articles and stay updated on these stories and more, visit ClarkCountyToday.com. Don't forget to participate in our poll on House Speaker Representative Mike Johnson's recent statement regarding the Bible. Share your views and engage in the conversation. Plus, send your thoughts and opinions by emailing ken.v@clarkcountytoday.com to have your voice heard in our letter to the editor section. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the ClarkCountyToday.com weekly news podcast.